que decir su nombre y su apellido cuando hable.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sergeant Phil Krinsky with our Phoenix Police Department's Public Affairs Bureau. Thank you to members of the media and especially the loved ones of Amanda Franco for being here today and allowing us to share some information with the public regarding that tragic event that happened the early morning of March 30th, 2025. In a moment, I will make sure to bring up everyone to speak regarding the facts that we know about the shooting. We will make sure everybody's up to speed on this. I will be open, there'll be an opportunity later to speak to Amanda's family and her loved ones to share some background on Amanda's life and the impact she's made on all of them. They'll also be available to answer a few questions. Afterwards, I'm going to hand this off to Lieutenant James Hester, who manages our homicide unit. He'll be able to answer some questions about the case. Again, I do want to make sure everyone is aware that this case is still very active. And although we have received various tips and videos from the community, we still believe there's more out there. So please have these tips keep coming in. In just a moment, let's go and discuss a little bit as far as what we have about the case so far. So on March 30th, 2025, at approximately 200 hours or 2 a.m., officers responded to a shooting investigation in the area of 3400 West Willetta Street. So that's just south of McDowell Road. Upon arrival, the officers found a victim, later identified as Amanda Franco, suffering from gunshot wound injuries. The Phoenix Fire Department responded and pronounced on the scene. A short time later, a second juvenile victim arrived at the nearby hospital with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Investigators conducted extensive interviews, collected video surveillance, and processed a large crime scene that spanned multiple city blocks. During the scene processing, approximately 300 casings were located. Now, just again, I'd like to open up for Amanda's family.
Hi, my name is Irma Sebreros. I am the mother of Amanda Franco, and I am here to plead to the community if they know anything or have any videos or heard of anything to please come forward to the detectives so they can get all the information they can get and get this case going so they can find whoever did this.
My name is Serena Villalobos, and I have known Amanda since she was in kindergarten. I had the pleasure of working with her for many years in school and sit and watch all her accomplishments. I've also had the pleasure of working with her and sitting along her and watching her do what she loves to do best and help students. I'm asking that you please, if you have any information, that you send it to the detectives or silent witness, please. We are begging for any videos or anything you may know, even if you were there, to please speak up and share, do the right thing. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Karen Corden. I'm the executive director at Camelback Academy, where Amanda worked. Amanda, as Serena mentioned, came into our lives as a 5-year-old, as a 5th grader at our school, and spent 9 years at our school as a student, was actively involved. She was a very quiet girl, but she was very involved in her school community, went on through high school, and we had the pleasure of inviting her back to join our school community this past January as our certified nursing assistant. So we were very excited that Amanda was going to be able to join us, and she very quickly made an impact on our school community and our students, and we were just so excited that she was just really getting her career started and wanted to do that with us. I'm going to just echo what Irma and Serena have said, that we were just asking that anybody has any information, whether they believe that it would be meaningful or not, that they would go ahead and forward that to the Phoenix PD so that we could get justice for Amanda. and that we could find the person or people who are responsible for her death and for her departure from our lives. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Alicia Raj. I'm the principal of Camelback Academy. I have known Amanda since she was 5 years old, just as these ladies have said before me. She was an amazing young student. She was on our cheer team. She was an involved student at our school. She attended West Meck, and she became a CNA while she was a senior in high school. She's worked as a CNA the last few years, and she joined our team the day after her 21st birthday, which was, I remember it was a very exciting day for her, and she was so excited to start her journey with us. This has not only impacted her family, her blood relatives, but has impacted our school community to a huge extent. And we are asking for any help that you can give to make sure that the person who was responsible for this is brought to justice.
Hello, my name is Yolanda Armenta, and Amanda Franco was my niece. We are so heartbroken and so devastated that he took her from us.
Yo soy la Loreto Carreras, la abuelita de la Amanda. Y si alguien sabe algo, que diga. Si tienen algún video o algo, que digan, que no se queden callados, para que se haga justicia con estas cosas. Que no tengan miedo de hablar, que digan, si saben algo. Es todo.
Thank you, everyone, for doing this for her. Hopefully, this will get people to say something if they do know anything else that haven't already been said, so we can get justice for my daughter. Thank you, everyone.
Anybody has any questions?
Can you just talk a little bit more about what she was like? I mean, she was just getting her life started.
Yes, she was. She was just getting her life started. She left working at as a CNA. She used to go into places and help elderly people, not only elderly people, but also younger people in those facilities that she used to go into. She used to really enjoy it, and she was so glad that she had got a job there at Camelback Academy as a nurse for students, and she would always care for the students, and they just loved her right away when they would go and visit her into the nurse office, because if they got hurt or something, and she would always be there for them.
What was it about this profession that she knew this is what she wanted to do?
Yes, so she was in high school. Her last year, she started going to West Meck. She had got that opportunity. She was one of 100 students picked out in that school to go into that program. And once she stepped into there, she stayed there. She loved it. She just wanted to continue doing bigger things. She loved helping people.
That was just her.
Buenas tardes, Sebastián de Univisión. Primero solidarizándome con la familia, por supuesto, en este momento tan difícil. Y quisiera que me expliquen en qué circunstancias sucedió esta tragedia de fin de semana. Si nos pueden dar algunos detalles de la situación o el entorno en el que sucedió esta tragedia.
No, nosotros no sabemos mucho de lo que sucedió. Todavía están investigando. Lo único que sé que ella salió de mi casa como a las 11:30 de la noche ese sábado y ya no regresó.
¿Recuerdan qué fue lo último que conversaron? Quizá la última conversación que tuvieron.
Yo como todo el tiempo le digo a mis hijos cuando salen de casa que se cuiden, que tengan mucho cuidado, que nos llamen o algo, pero eso fue lo único que la quería mucho. Y yo miré cuando se subió al carro y fue la última vez que la volví a ver.
Pero una última pregunta, como madre, quizá ¿Cuál es esa corazonada que usted tiene? ¿Alguna sospecha, alguna hipótesis de lo que pudo haber sucedido?
No, nada, porque no, ella no se juntaba con gente, no era gente mala, no se juntaba con gente mala que yo haya sabido. Era nomás algo que pues se quiso ir a divertir y estaba en una parte equivocada, en el tiempo equivocado, yo creo.
Buenas tardes, Juan Rascón desde el Mundo Arizona, igual pues condolencias para la familia y solidaridad.
Muchas gracias.
Me gustaría que en español si nos pudiera hablar sobre ella, ya lo hizo en inglés, pero en español cómo la podría describir para que la comunidad entienda quién era su hija.
Muy alegre, muy con la gente, jugaba mucho con los grandes, era una maravilla en casa, una alegría para tenerla ahí allí, y es algo que ya no está en casa ya para hacer eso.
¿Qué le diría a la comunidad sobre este caso? O sea, que nos apoye.
Pues que nos ayuden, que les hablen a los detectives, cualquier cosa que sepan, que les avisen a ellos. Ellos no van a decir el nombre de la persona que está diciendo lo que tengan videos, lo que sea, que por favor los muestren, se los den a los detectives para que ellos hagan su investigación y encuentren a la persona o las personas que hicieron esto, que le hicieron esto a mi hija.
Okay, folks, I want to thank you guys again for being here and speaking with us and sharing your stories. Señora, muchas gracias por estando aquí y hablando de su nieta. La verdad, ayuda mucho con esto para entender cómo esto ha afectado a nuestra comunidad. Just want to give the family a moment to step aside for just a bit.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to open up for Lieutenant Hester from our homicide unit that is making himself available to answer a few questions about this case. Again, keep in mind it is a very active investigation.
Thanks, Phil. On behalf of the family of Amanda, the Phoenix Police Department, and the greater Phoenix community as a whole, I want to thank the media for allowing Amanda's family to let you know who she is and reach out to the public for help. So I'll be able to take any questions you guys have. So what we have plenty. We know that there were plenty of people at the party, and upwards of 150 people that were there. There were witnesses that have identified themselves at the time of the incident, and then others have come forward since that time. But what we're looking for is anybody that was at the party either before or after the shooting that can either provide us video or come forward as a witness to help us to understand who was there. There's plenty of people. We're just looking for anybody that was there to come forward so we can help piece this together.
Understand what your understanding is of what precipitated the shooting, how that went down, where Amanda was relative to the scene?
Yeah, thank you for that question. It's unfortunately it's still under investigation. There's so many factors at play here. As Sergeant Krinsky probably let you know, we're looking at upwards of 12 firearms that were used during this incident, hundreds of casings fired. I mean, we turned a West Phoenix neighborhood into a war zone for this call. So the actual dynamics of what led up to the shooting are still trying to be pieced together. We know that several people fired. We know where the victim was. We're just trying to identify anybody that was there or anybody that might have video to help us piece this together like a puzzle.
You know, somebody might know something, but they're afraid that this person is willing to take the firearms and shoot, you know. We want to maybe know something, but is afraid to come forward.
Well, thank you for that. I do empathize with anybody that, as I discussed, this is a high violence incident, so I can understand the apprehension of the public to want to come forward and help us. What I would suggest, if you want to help but you fear for your safety, we have an avenue. Silent witness is a way for them to remain anonymous and provide us information. It's 480 witness. We will do our best to keep their confidence and make sure that we protect their identity as best we can. But all we can do is ask for the public's help.
Sometimes people know things and they don't realize that they know things.
That's fair also, which is why I'm asking for anyone who might have video not even of the shooting. We're looking for any video of the incident while things were going well, before things got chaotic, any video, anything that they saw to come forward, provide that video to us, come speak with us, help us to put what they know into the larger puzzle of what occurred.
Question, is it an idea of like, was this gang related or was it just randomly action?
I don't have anything to lead anyone to believe that it was gang related. There was clearly a confrontation that precipitated the shooting. What that actual confrontation was, that's still under investigation. What could have happened that would have led to so many people firing their firearms? It defies comprehension. However, it happened, so I don't want to wild assertions as to what the motives are when we just don't know. Good.
This was like a war zone. Do you see something like this happen before, and there is anything you can do or the community can do to try to prevent this happening again?
So thank you for that question. Me personally, I have actually seen something very similar that's happened a few years ago, another West Phoenix incident that occurred where we had too many shots fired. I mean, 1 is too many, but a ridiculous amount of casings and several people shot and injured. What I would ask of the community is these parties, if they could call 911, call Crime Stop, let us know what they're seeing, especially if they're seeing subjects with firearms outside of a party. That's concerning to us in law enforcement. Whether it's benign or not, that will be for the officers to determine once they respond to the scene, but we didn't get an opportunity to respond prior to the shooting.
Can you give us any other information regarding other victims, anything about perpetrators in custody or anything like that?
Yes, we do not have anybody in custody. There was one additional victim that we have identified. Is there potential for additional victims that just have not come forward? Absolutely. I think that there's several people that were involved in this incident that were victims. They're downrange of somebody firing recklessly into vehicles, into homes. I mean, anybody that's downrange of that is a victim. They're a victim of aggravated assault. And we
Clearly, the other victim that is known, what is his condition?
non-life-threatening injuries.
Still in hospital?
I don't have the information, I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
Your name and position, please?
Yes, James Hester, H as in Henry, E-S, T as in Tom, E-R. I'm the homicide lieutenant for the Phoenix Police Department.
Thank you, Lieutenant, for taking some time and, again, making sure we get some answers out there for the community. But as you can see, this is still a mystery. We're still looking for tips out there. And, again, this is to get justice for the family of this young victim, the young male that suffered those injuries. And all those countless victims that live in that neighborhood that fortunately weren't struck by the gunfire but still affected by it. Again, I thank you all for that have been sharing that QR code and that link with our community. We hope that you're able to continue to do this. Hopefully this also resonate with some of our community members that are, again, hesitant to show some of this information. I hope they can see what this affects everybody. So again, thank you very much for being here, and that concludes our news conference. Yes. Yeah, we'll be available for individual in Spanish. Yeah.